In 2002, Kimberly Del Percio approached her husband Tony about growing their family of 4, mom, dad, and 2 girls, to 5.
We looked into surrogacy and what that would entail. And then when you come across the figure of over 143 million orphan children, it takes on a whole new perspective. Why create another child when there's so many children that need a home? So we were watching my best friend go through the adoption process and thought, well, let's try that. Let's see what happens. We saw a picture of a little boy who was weaning. He had a heart condition and fell in love with this picture. And he happened to be from Korea. So then it was decided, yes, we're going to go to Korea. And 6 months later, my mother and I left to go get him.
Kimberly and Tony lost their son Josiah less than 4 years after adopting him because of his heart condition, but they hold special memories of their son close to their heart.
He was well-mannered and calm and very obedient and just a happy boy. And he touched a lot of people in the time that we had him.
He was able to bring some joy to people while he was here.
After Josiah passed away in 2008, Kimberly and Tony started an organization in their son's name, Josiah's Hope Orphan Care Ministry.
When you lose a child, it's a definite ending, and it's a hard thing. And he had brought so much joy to us that there had to be a silver lining. There had to be a hopeful ending to that. And even as young as he was, he understood that there were so many other children that didn't have parents. And he could articulate that. So I thought, what better way than to raise awareness and raise funds for the children. So we started really simple with a garage sale, and it really took off.
The first fundraiser from Josiah's Hope helped bring the Del Percios' second son, Benjamin, home from South Korea.
Joe left a huge hole when he left. And we had intentions to raising a son. We had created the space for that in our hearts and in our home. And we had embraced the Korean culture. So when that was suddenly gone, my youngest daughter's first response was, well, at least you guys are still within age that we can go back again. And we went, yeah.
Kimberly and Tony are having fun raising their son, Benjamin, whom they adopted in 2010.
Having a little boy around who's healthy and running around, and going back to a child that's less than 2 years old, and raising that child, and
diapers
and and all that stuff, and having to lend a little bit more of a helping hand with him as he does his things like dressing him and feeding him and things like that. So, but it's really he's been a lot of joy. He really gets around. We have a lot of fun, messing around and playing, and it's a lot of fun, actually.
Kimberly and Tony didn't seek recognition for their work in adoption, but in 2010, they were named Angels in Adoption by Congresswoman Michele Bachmann and the Congressional Coalition on Adoption.
When we do what we do, we don't do it for any sort of attention. That's not why we're doing what we're doing, and so for somebody to anonymously, put forth, the effort to have us nominated is pretty tremendous.
Kimberly and Tony continue to advocate for adoption, and they urge mothers with unplanned pregnancies to consider it.
And if you're in a situation where you make the choice that you just, it wouldn't be in the child's best interest to parent, there are really, really good people that will come alongside and partner with you to make a plan to give your baby that opportunity.
The Del Percios are frequently asked about the blessings of adoption, and they simply can't say enough good things about it.
The first thing I tell everyone is that adoption is not less than. It's actually more than. Because if you're able to have biological children, many people are, that's great. That's a wonderful gift. It's amazing to see that. To know, though, that God allowed a child to come into the world knowing that it was going to be your child, and that child could be a world away, is just it's almost an overwhelming thought. And when you bring that child into your home, you get people that say, gosh, you're doing such a great thing for that kid. And I can tell you from every adoptive person on the planet that we feel that it's just the opposite. That we are the ones that are, reaping the benefit of that relationship. Even if you don't bring a child into your home, you can still be an advocate for adoption.